Obesity. It's a problem that is more than just a health issue and how many calories we eat. Every person in America interacts with this issue on a day-to-day basis, one way or another. According to research, body weight is the result of genes, metabolism, behavior, environment, culture, and socioeconomic status. It is estimated that 1 in 3 people are obese in the United States. That's nearly 72 million people. CDC Director Tom Frieden said, "Obesity, and with it diabetes, are the only major health problems that are getting worse in this country, and they're getting worse rapidly." Aside from the health concerns, obesity has emotional, mental, and social effects on people. We asked some students on the Kansas State University campus for their opinion on this real-world issue.
Probably just laziness.
I just think how uncomfortable they must feel sometimes, feeling heavy and trying to find the right clothes that fit and things like that. Because I know I have enough problems with that every day, but to be, to have even more, to feel, weight, literally weight on my shoulders, I would feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Honestly, kind of pity, because I don't know how hard it would be to be obese. Like, it changes, it affects every part of your life.
It's kind of more of a question. Like, I don't understand how you got to that point. So there's a fundamental thing. Everyone's got a different body type, but I think there's a point where it's a lifestyle decision more than a genetic component. So.
We also interviewed Karen Hansen, a licensed dietitian, for her professional opinion on this pressing matter.
What do you think are the biggest nutritional faults of people in America?
I think the biggest issues that we see with nutrition are everybody is so rushed that they want convenience. But unfortunately, convenience comes a lot of times with the wrong nutrition.
Do you think cooking is a big problem with people not knowing what to get and what to cook because they just don't know how?
I do think that's a big problem, because we're taking out those opportunities, unfortunately, for kids to learn to cook. Therefore, they're looking for those convenient, take home, heat it up and eat it, or the fast food drive-thrus for their nutrition, and that's, I think, a very critical component of it.
Also, I know one of the big excuses for people not eating healthy is it costs so much to eat healthy, and they're like, well, I'll just go to McDonald's and get something off the dollar menu. So,
but if that's another point we hear a lot. But when you teach a person how to select their foods and how to cook efficiently and the proper amounts and everything, it's really cheaper to eat healthy.
What are some of the largest effects on people that obesity has besides just weight?
The statistics right now about obesity are very scary. Right now we know that in the United States about 67% of adults are overweight or obese. Overweight is defined as anything above ideal body weight to the 20% line. And then obesity is defined as 20% and above. So, 2/3 of our adult population in the United States are either overweight or obese. And then in our children, we know that right now about 30%, 1 in 3 children is overweight or obese. This is the first generation of children that we think will not outlive their parents' age. All right, so it's really scary. We know that children who deal with an overweight situation, there have been studies done comparing the obese child to either a handicapped or a child that maybe is in a wheelchair. And when it comes to picking team sports, typically the handicapped child is picked before the obese child. So it's amazing to see the stigma attached and what the children have to deal with on the emotional front, as far as being ostracized or left out of things or just teased. And it has a huge emotional toll.
After talking to the dietitian, we went back to the students to hear their opinions on her responses.
Cinnamon rolls.
Oh, good choice.
Absolutely.
I love bagels, but it's probably chocolate.
Okay.
What? Probably spaghetti.
Okay. Sweet, good choice.
Yeah, barbecue meatballs.
Pizza, pepperoni. I have to go with crab rangoon. I do love the Chinese crab rangoon thing.
I don't know, I'll just say brisket. I like brisket.
Okay. Chocolate. Chocolate. We're going to get chocolate ice cream right now.
I guess cereal, because we eat cereal every day.
Probably macaroni because it's cheap.
Mac and cheese. Quesadillas. Kind of a thing at our house, so everybody kind of eats them all the time. It's pretty good.
Rolls.
Rolls? We always have rolls for dinner. I don't know.
Probably a pick the handicap because I feel bad.
But
Yeah.
I guess I would pick that person.
I think I would choose the handicap child. Do you have a reason why? Or just because I really like to work with people and I want to see them do it.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree. Same reason, actually.
High up above or down below, when you're too in love to let it go. But if you never try, you'll never know just what you were.
In a city with a growing epidemic,
I've tried every diet, I've tried going to the gym, I just can't get the motivation.
This is going to kill your children.
Obesity continues to threaten our country in many ways, but there are people who want change. They give us hope to change the many effects of obesity. The most renowned of these people is celebrity chef Jamie Oliver and his campaign of the food revolution in America.
I'm talking about a seed of change. I'm talking about schools. I'm talking about fast food industry.
I'm here to start a revolution.
The biggest food revolution this country's ever seen.
Overall, the students and the dietitian have given us valuable insight on the obesity epidemic and how it plagues every aspect of the human world. Not only does it affect the health, emotions, and everyday life of obese people, but it carries through to the non-obese by how they react and treat people who are obese. The reality is that the world needs to change, and we are the ones to make that change.
Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.